What's going on, guys? Cole aka Proximitty bringing a brand new video today. This is going to be a general tips video. What I mean by general, that's kind of obviously a general term, but I'm going to be covering some things that are frequently asked questions from my other tip videos. If you have not checked them out, I highly recommend you do. I'll link all three of them below. I've made 3 videos so far on this console PUBG. So if you want to watch those, it's going to cover a lot of things. But here, a lot of frequently asked questions that I get, and I just wanted to kind of run them down, hopefully provide some information for you guys. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright guys, so the first tip I want to talk about here is the fast shooting trick. Basically you just parachute faster than people, or you get down to the ground faster than people. I see this asked a lot, and it's very easy to do. All you have to do, if you look down in the bottom left there, you see there's a gauge of how fast you're going. If you're going faster than 230, you will pull your parachute a little bit late. He gets past the white line a little bit, and then he pulls it. So you see if other people came here, which doesn't seem like anybody did, which is odd. That guy kind of did, but you see he's way up there. I'm much faster than him, just getting down. So it's something to consider if you're going to do this. Just make sure that you are, oh, there's somebody else. Okay, cool. But see, I got down here faster than he did, which is how you do it. It's very simple. Just make sure that if you're going to do this, you do have to go straight down, which means you can't, you can't trek the map at all if you wanted to go like, left or right. So if you had to get out of the plane here, you'd have to go over some and then go straight down if you wanted to get out here at Rozhok. So just something to think about. If you nosedive, you don't have a lot of time to kind of really get anywhere once you've pulled your chute, just because you are so low. So, and yes, I'm sorry this render isn't so late, guys. I am on the original Xbox One, not the Xbox One X. I plan on getting one for sure, but that's money, so it's on the way. It will happen, I promise. Look at this floating vest, dude. Ooh. All right, got that guy. Thank God. Okay, so the next tip I want to talk about, which thankfully I didn't lose that gunfight, because then this would have been, Ripperino. I'm actually gonna grab this UMP, so I want to do that. Real quick, that's a tip. Hold X on a gun if you want to remove all attachments, just like I did there with the Uzi. So in case you didn't know how to do that, you can do that. But yes, it's gonna be looting efficiency. So what I want to talk about next. And yes, I should heal right now, but I'll talk about that in just a second, because that's another tip I'm going to talk about. But looting efficiency, basically, you can check on my inventory right now. I had a shotgun, but I ended up dropping it. I kept the ammo just so I could talk about this. But one thing, if you're going to, switch guns, you have to make sure you dump the old ammo first. You have to make sure you're prioritizing your inventory, thinking about what you're holding, to make sure you're preserving space. I see a lot of newer players have issues with this. They think like they can't quite keep, their inventory ready. And there's a lot of things that go into it, but right now, like, I have this tactical stock, and I also have this flash hider for a snipe. And the reason I've held on to those is because just in case down the road, I already had a vertical grip too when I put that on the UMP, but just in case down the road I find an M4, I would prefer to use the M4 over the UMP. So I have the stock ready to go. You could put it on a Vector, but I don't like the Vector, so I'm not going to grab it. But you have to be looting with things in mind. Don't just grab things and keep them in your inventory, because all it is filling up your backpack. Make sure you're dumping your old ammo. That will take care of it. Or take care of some of the problems. Then also I want to talk about like bandages, and things like shotgun ammo as well. If you want to use a shotgun, that's fine, but I think a lot of people grab a ton of shotgun ammo. Sometimes I'll kill newer players and I'll go loot their body and they'll have like 50 shotgun shells on them, and that's completely ridiculous. All that is taking up backpack space, excuse me. You don't need that much. You'll never shoot 50 shots. I mean, you might, but it's very uncommon. I usually keep about 20 if I'm going to use a shotgun. Bandages, I never have more than 15 unless I just can't seem to find first aid kit. Then I'll grab maybe a little bit more, but bandages take up a lot of inventory space. You can see I'm going to drop them. That took like a pretty good amount. That's only 10. So if you have something like 35 bandages, you're just using a lot of space. It's unnecessary. And I get a lot of comments where people see me like not pick up energy drinks off people. I will, obviously, if I need them, but if I have something like 6 or 7 with also like a handful of painkillers, you don't need them. All it is taking up extra inventory space. You want to save that space for ammo. But I'm just saying it's okay to keep some extra attachments here, like this flash hider, this tactical stock, because if I'm going to use it later, that's okay. But once, if I get deeper in the game and I'm committed to 2 weapons, like say I'm going to rock the UMP and I'm not going to use that, I'll go ahead and drop it, get rid of that space, get rid of the flash hider in case I want to use it on a Mini or an SKS or a Car 98. But if I commit to weapons, I'll go ahead and get rid of those. But hey, since we've been one shot long enough, let's go ahead and talk about the next tip, which is using your consumables without pulling up the menu. How do you do that? I get asked this a lot. All you have to do is hit down on your D-pad. As you can see, you can cycle through what you have. It's right above my ammo there. I only have 2 things right now, so if I had more things, it would just keep cycling. But once you have what you want to use, you just hit down and you can use it. Just hold down for a second, and you'll use it. Also, if I want to use repeated things like bandages, I don't have to recycle through and select them every time. I can just keep on tapping, and so that's how you do it quickly without having to navigate your menu. So it's much easier. So the next thing I want to talk about is armor and how that works. A lot of people don't know this just because it's not really written out in plain. Somebody did the math at some point and figured this out. I read this online somewhere when I was playing on the PC version. I still do play on the PC version, but I'm just saying. The durability. So right now, this level 1 helmet on the ground that's fresh and this level 1 that's on me right now will absorb the same amount of damage. A level 1 helmet will absorb, it will reduce 35% bullet damage from the shot that's fired at you. A level 2 will do 45, and then a level 3 will do 55. And the way that works is there's still the durability number. That might confuse people. Mine right there was on 16, this one's on 80. So the way the durability works is how many times that it can be shot before it breaks. So right now you can see I have a level 2, and I actually opted to pick that up off the first guy that I killed over my fresh level 1. Now the reason for that is because the level 2 armor, much like the level 1 armor, or the helmets, reduces bullet damage by 45% versus, just 15 or 35, excuse me. So yes, it had some damage, but it's still pretty, it's only lightly damaged. So I'm still going to opt for the level 2 in that situation. I'm having a little hard time explaining this. In my opinion, it's better to grab it because this is going to take more shots to kill me if I have a level 2, even though it's going to end up breaking sooner than that level 1 would have. The level 1 durability is already pretty low as it is. So the durability goes up with every level, and then the damage, the damage reduction goes up with every level as well. My point is that if there is a, like if you had a fresh level 2 and you had a hardly damaged level 3 armor, it's definitely always worth grabbing the level 3 because it's just going to make you a lot, safer. And with the level 3 helmet, and I would always pick up a level 3 helmet. It doesn't matter if it has 1 durability left because it will still save you from 1 headshot from a car. If somebody shoots at you with a Car 98 sniper, it will still save you. Now the helmet will be broken after that shot, but you will still live through it if you have full health. If anybody doesn't know that, a level 3 armor or level 3 helmet will save you from 1 car headshot bullet. If you have full health, it'll put you down to like 10% health or 5% health. I don't know. Not much, but it will save you. So I definitely recommend grabbing those in any situation you can. A level 2 or level 1 helmet will not. The backpacks, the level 1 through 3 just gives you more inventory space. The vests also give you inventory space. I think it's 50 inventory space. I'm not sure the exact number, but they all are the same across all levels. So level 1 has the same inventory boost as a level 3 armor. It's all the same. Well, that's weird. Look at those 2 painkillers. But yes, I would always opt for something a little bit better than, like I said, I had a fresh level 1, but I also had a slightly damaged level 2. I'm going to take the level 2. It's going to make me harder to kill, though it will break faster. So just again, if your armor is down to 4% health, it will take 1 bullet. Like if it was my level 2 here, it would take 1 bullet for 45% damage reduction, but it will break after that 1 bullet. So that doesn't mean it's only going to save me 4%. I think a lot of people think that's the way it works, which is understandable. It's kind of not written out plainly, but that is how that works. So again, right there, you see I just picked up that bandage. I have 9 bandages and 1 first aid. I'm not going to grab any more bandages now. I think I'm good. Again, I only would pick up like more than 15 bandages ever if I needed to because I didn't have any first aids. Otherwise, I really don't think they're worth it. It's not really worth. It just takes up too much inventory space. I just want to revisit this topic real quick while I can. There is a level 1 vest here, so I'm only going to put that on. You see, that durability is at 200 fresh, but this one is at 166. So the durability is better on the level 1. So again, I don't want people to think that I mean like if you see level 2, always pick up the level 2. I don't mean that. If the durability was on like less than 100 or even less than 150, I probably wouldn't grab it just because, you want it to be able to last you more than 1 gunfight. You want to be able to, if you want to be able to heal yourself a couple times without it breaking on you, because once you have no armor, you're like a 3-shot kill from any AR, makes you very, very weak. You don't want that. I just want to make sure people aren't worried. Like, I don't want people to think that it's not worth doing that, though. Yeah, in that instance, it's not too drastic, and the durability is going to be worth it, in my opinion, to take the less damage. I can't tell you the exact numbers to use. You just kind of have to make that judgment call for yourself. If you think it's worth it, it's worth it. If not, don't worry about it. But again, in the instance of a level 3, I think it's always worth it. With a helmet, excuse me. Level 3 helmet, I think it's always worth grabbing. Oh, here we go. Fresh level 2. Now I can grab that. No problems. There we go. And the last big thing I want to talk about in this video is something I get asked all the time. I talked about this in the aiming tips video that I made. Again, that's gonna be linked below, but a lot of people seem to have missed it. It's how you zoom in while you're using something like a red dot or a holographic. You can only do this with iron sights, red dots, and holographics. But you want to do this, you just aim down your sights and hold left bumper and you zoom right in. You can see right next to my health down there at the bottom, I have lungs. And once those run out, it will zoom me back out. And that is your limitation on using that. You have to get your breath back. It's like holding your breath and focusing. You can do this with things like a 2x or a 4x or an 8x or a 15. You can do that, but what that's going to do is not going to zoom you in. It's just going to steady your aim. You can tell you have like a little bit of scope sway whenever you're using that. But you're using a scope, you have scope sway. But if you hold that down, then it'll steady it, but only as long as your lungs can handle. So that is something to think about. You can use that. That is left bumper. Very easy to do. Again, though, if you want to sprint, you have to have your lungs back to sprint. So don't hold them for too long. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for this tip video. Covered everything that I wanted to. If you have any other questions, general questions that you want answered, things that you see me do, or you're just wondering how people do it and you're not quite sure, go ahead and comment down below and I will make a list and make another video discussing those and kind of helping people out. I just want people to, I like helping people out. So like I know a lot of people ask me how I use the health without going to the menus, and I don't mind helping people out. So yeah, hope this was helpful. If it was, make sure you leave a like. If you're interested in seeing more, go ahead and subscribe. I would be greatly appreciated. I want to thank everybody again for the recent growth on my channel. It's been really awesome. I plan to keep making more gameplays and content, just general content. I want to upload just regular gameplays and maybe some challenges, try things like Iron Sight only challenge or something. I think that'd be really fun. So yeah, thanks guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.